So potential Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC and Marvel Spider-Man 3 as well as Wolverine could be in trouble, and this is actually huge news right now because SAG-AFTRA is going on strike against the video game industry, and one of the companies that is involved in facing the strike is Insomniac. So this is actually kind of crazy right now, right? And this is why everyone's going to need to be patient because, you know, it of course it sucks not getting your video games, but what's most important is that the voice actors and everyone involved are actually getting their pay because, as you know, times are tough right now. Inflation is insane, everything costs so damn much, so the least we can do is make sure that everyone eats, right? So what's going on is that basically SAG-AFTRA is saying we're not going to consent to a contract that allows companies to abuse AI to the detriment of our members, and the companies that are involved in facing the strike include Activision, Disney, Insomniac, EA, Take-Two, Epic Games, and Warner Brother Games. And I am all in support for SAG-AFTRA being on strike, and if it means video games are delayed for a while, so be it, because this has been about a year and a half in the works because they were trying to work on a deal and then I think it fell through or something. And there's something else about SAG-AFTRA. So they did partner. I remember them doing something with AI, and what I found out that the deal seemed to be is that basically it boils down to if the producers use an AI generated version of, let's say, like I guess like Hugh Jackman or something, or Hugh Jackman himself, they still have to pay him regardless of if they use an AI version of him or if he's in there. Is what it boils down to. So they pretty much said, like, independently created digital replicas with your permission, producers can completely simulate your likeness through AI, which means you won't have to show up to set at all. In fact, you don't even have to be alive, which is so messed up, dude. I think this is like completely wrong, and this is one of those things that happened in the Flash movie, which they ended up having, like, you know, Superman, which, you know, he's not around anymore, like, you know, Reeves Superman and stuff. It's completely messed up, man. Like, having cameos of AI, it's like nightmare fuel, dude. Like, it's genuine nightmare fuel. I think all of this is completely wrong, and SAG-AFTRA and like shouldn't have made this deal. Like, AI should have just been banned from anything. AI should be used as a tool to help, not as a tool to replace, right? Like, that's my stance on AI and things like that. And yeah, look, man, like Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC was happening for sure, like especially with everything that was found in the game files and the New Game Plus leak and everything like that. However, I feel like now things are looking really, really bad, like really bad in terms of release for anything DLC, in terms of like if it's done, if all the voice acting and everything like that is completely done, and all of the, you know, like visuals and everything like that to do with the voice actors, if that, like motion capture, everything's done, then yeah, it'll come out. But if it's not, then it's going to be delayed horrendously. Same thing with Marvel Spider-Man 3, which will definitely be delayed now until this is like all sorted, because like I said, Insomniac is affected by this. And the same thing goes for Marvel's Wolverine. They're heavily in development. I don't know how much they've done in terms of like voice acting and like character, like, you know, just everything to do with like voice actors, but it's not looking good, man. Like, it's not looking good, and I think that that's okay. Like I said, you know, voice actors need to be paid, they need to be respected, and AI should not be replacing them. Like, everything, even on YouTube, man, there's just been a crazy amount of AI stuff to do with like actors and stealing voices. And, you know, like there's been mods for Marvel Spider-Man Remastered where they take like Spider-Gwen's voice from Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse, and then they run it through an algorithm to get all the voices to replace like Peter Parker's ones with hers. And I don't support that. That's why when I did like showcases for Spider-Gwen, I didn't do mods like that. I'd just mute Peter and call it a day. because that's completely wrong and that's messed up, using someone's voice like that to kind of steal it. Like, imagine if your voice just got stolen for something like that, you know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it for yourself, and some people might be okay with that, but I think that is just wrong. Like I said, AI needs to be used as a tool to help with things. It can't be used to run things. Like, there's been so many things where people are like generating like images and things like, oh, this is what Star Wars should look like, or oh, this is what Spider-Man should look like, but it's missing that human touch, the art, the perspective, just everything that is human about it. And you can feel how it's void of life, how it's just generated, how it's just something else. And most of the time, AI doesn't just create things out of nowhere. It steals art, it steals voices. There's like a huge thing right now where there's something to do with like a lot of content creators and things like that, where there's just like this huge algorithm that was illegally being fed like a bunch of videos and things, and it included even Nintendo as well. So that is going to get like sued into oblivion, and rightfully so, because this is all completely wrong. I think that this is just not okay, right? Like, I think people need to have rights here. They need to be protected from AI. That includes voice actors, that includes actors in general, that includes anyone that could be affected by this. Even people that work in the visual effects industry and all of that, writers, everything, they need to be protected. AI generating, like, you know, God, scripts, dude, effects, things like that, all of that would just be terrible. And we've already seen AI in movies as well. There was this one that was like, I forget what the full name of it was, but it was like something to do with like a I don't know, it was like a TV sort of like show type thing, like a Night with the Devil or something. I forgot the name of it, but that had like AI stuff in the background, like to do with the buildings, to do with the set, like effects. It was like, damn, dude. And I hate that. I hate that so much, you know. I think that shouldn't be the case. Like, come on, man. Surely we can do better as people, right? Like, surely we can do better. We can sort of like use people's talents, pay everybody. Like, yeah, of course everything costs, man, but like, there's also the fact that generating all of these things, it uses so much power and so much just electricity and energy, and that affects the real world, man. That affects the real world, and we don't want global warming to go out of control, because if that happens, it's GG's for the human race, it's GG's for everybody. And then what? You know, AI takes out the world in an unpredictable way, man. Like, I just want things to be good for voice actors, for every single actor, everybody that's in the industry, to be protected from this. This is not okay. It's like it's like huge companies just see this as a way to be like, oh, this is easier, let's just replace everybody and save money and cost and stuff. It's wrong, man. Even like Call of Duty right now uses AI to generate like sort of concepts for their DLCs and things, and I think that's messed up as well, because that's still stealing stuff from other people, regardless of if you're using it to like make it different. I don't know, man. I just don't think that's okay. Genuinely, I'm like ranting about this right now because it's wrong. It's wrong, and I stand with, you know, SAG-AFTRA. I stand with the voice actors, and I just hope that something is done in terms of a positive change, where it's like whatever comes out of this deal, I hope that they can get a good deal out of this so everybody's protected. Like, if they do ever use AI voices, actors are at least getting paid. Worst case scenario, but best case scenario, AI is banned from being used in the video game industry. Okay, that's my thoughts on this. Thank you for watching, and of course, you know, the whole title is Marvel Spider-Man 2 is being delayed. Same thing with Marvel Spider-Man 3, and that's more than likely like true in terms of DLCs and everything like that, and Wolverine, until this is sorted, right? If they can get a deal as soon as possible, then it'll be like minimal effects, right? So yeah, thank you for watching. Watch another video here. Have a wonderful day. Peace.